Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. This is going to be a asana practice focused on self-love. So as we go through the postures and the asana practice, we are going to be sending our hearts and souls love. We are going to be bringing our focus inward to the self, supporting that self with love and compassion throughout the practice. So let's begin. I'm going to begin by coming to a seated position. Okay. Beautiful. And those sits bones firmly planted into the mat, the floor, a cushion, a chair, where it is, as we sit for a moment, and bringing your awareness inward as you enter into breath awareness for a few breaths. And taking this moment to scan the body, the inside of the body and the physical body. Just scanning the body, just noticing without any judgment where you're at in this moment. On the inside, emotionally, physically, sensations inside, vibrations. And we don't even need to use any words. They may pop up and that's okay. We're just noticing with our felt sense, not with our mind, not with the intellect. We're feeling into the being. And setting an intention for yourself at this time. It could be for this practice, it could be for this week, this teacher training, it could be for a year or a lifetime, whatever works for you. Setting that intention to yourself silently, making it present moment and positive. And taking a few deep breaths into the belly. Abdominal breathing, triggering that relaxation response. And setting a group intention for a moment that we can increase the love and connection with our own being, our own self, our own soul, our own heart. And opening the eyes, and we're going to be coming up to a standing position. And we're going to go into our sun salutations. So the first thing we're going to do with our feet hip width apart, feeling our feet balanced on the front of the feet, the back of the feet, the sides, the outer, the inner. The entire foot is connected to the earth. And moving back and forth and side to side a little, just find that center of gravity, that spot where your body just naturally rests at. Beautiful job. And we're going to go into our loops. We're going to feel a lift of the arch. We might lift the toes and rest them back down, engaging the calf muscles and shin loop, engaging the quadriceps, feeling a lift of the knees. Feel the pelvis come into neutral. The abdomen engages a little bit. The ribs are going to lift. The shoulders are going to go back and down. Chin is parallel to the floor. And that last loop is that skull loop or crown loop, lifting and elongating the entire body so that you become at least a half an inch taller, maybe even an inch. And feeling that this is our mountain. These are our lines of energy. This is our perfect alignment for mountain posture and keeping our posture straight so gravity doesn't pull us down. And we're going to revisit the bandhas because we use those in all our practice. There's 3 energy locks that will lock that energy in our body as we build the prana and life force through the breath and the asana practice. We're building the energy inside our body, and we're going to engage these 3 locks to contain that energy so that it can intensify and it doesn't leak out. So our first bandha is Mula Bandha. That is the Kegels, the perineum. That's the muscle you use when you're urinating. You stop that urination flow. We engage that Mula Bandha. And we're not going to clench it. We're going to just engage it gently. All the bandhas. Uddiyana Bandha, the belly is going to come in and up. Jarandala Bandha, the chin comes in a little, and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. So we'll be engaging the bandhas. There may be some postures where one of the bandhas, it may not be easy to engage, and that's okay. We'll just try to engage the other bandhas. Perfect. And coming to the front of your mat in your mountain posture, and we're going to bring those arms up, giant angel wings. We're going to be that angel for ourself in this self-love practice. And coming back into a back bend, and let's hold this back bend for a few breaths, just 2 breaths here. And on your next inhale, reaching back into your back bend. And exhaling as you come back to center. Bring those giant angel wings out to the side. Stick that tailbone out and begin to hinge at the hips. Hinging at the hips. And when you get down to the point where you can't hinge any further, allow the spine to round, the head to come in towards the knees. Thumbs are down on the mat or a block, resting next to your little toes, and just release and relax the head. Just shaking it back and just honoring this love for yourself as you allow the head, the neck, the shoulders to simply relax. They're being held up all day long, working so hard. It's just so nice to release and relax that head and neck. And on your next inhale, we're going to come halfway up, putting the hands on our shins just below the knees and extending that spine out away from the body. Taking a breath here. And releasing down. Beautiful job. And we're going to take that right leg back behind us. And we're going to move into a high lunge. So the knee is right over the front ankle. Back thigh is engaged. Our feet are parallel right now because we're just in high lunge or runner's posture. We're going to bring the arms all the way up. We can square those hips a little bit and engage those bandhas, and let's breathe in our high lunge. On your next inhale, reaching up even higher into those extended fingertips. And on the exhale, coming all the way down, bringing those hands down to the mat again. And we're going to bring that left leg, that front leg back into downward facing dog. We're in our sun salutation. And again, allowing the head and the neck to relax. The tailbone is coming up towards the heavens, towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And the heels are coming down towards the mat. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And on your next exhale, we are going to move into a plank position. And we're going to move into Chaturanga. And if you'd like to drop your knees down to the mat, you can do that. If you want to stay in high plank as you come down, we're going to be coming down towards the mat using the strength of our arms. Coming down nice and slowly. And we're going to come all the way down this time. All the way down. Hands are still underneath the shoulders. You can relax the feet so the backs. The front of the feet is resting on the mat. And we're going to press that pelvis into the mat. That's our foundation. So we really want to press that in so we're rooted into the earth and the mat. And then with using our back muscles, we're going to inhale, lifting up the head and the heart into a cobra. And breathe. Very little weight on the hands. The hands are here to stabilize. The back is doing all the work. And one more breath. And on the exhale, pushing into the hands, and we're going to go right into a child's pose. Child's posture. You can open those legs up a little so the belly and the chest can nice and comfortably relax in between the legs. And just taking this time to really bring our awareness into our heart. Feeling that love for our own self. Appreciating ourselves for being in this practice. This act of love for our own being on all levels. Sending your heart love and compassion and kindness. For the courageous being that you are here on this planet, experiencing the joys and challenges of physical existence. Powerful soul that you are. Beautiful job. And we're going to come up to a table posture. We're going to curl those toes underneath, pushing into the hands into another downward facing dog. Again, the line of energy is the tailbone sticking up towards the ceiling. The thigh bones are coming back and the heels are dropping down toward the floor. And we'll engage those bandhas and breathe in down dog. And on your next inhale, we're going to lift the head, we're going to lift the heart, and we're going to walk that right leg up between the hands. And we're going to move into a high lunge on this side. So the right knee is going to be right over the right ankle. Arms are going to come up. Square those hips. Might move the left hip a little forward. Back thigh is engaged. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. Line of energy is from the solar plexus up and out the extended fingertips. Be the empowered warrior, the empowered being, empowered with self-love and compassion. In your next inhale, reaching up into the fingertips, the extended fingertips, and as your exhale, we're going to bring those hands down to the mat, right by the front of the feet, and bring that back foot up into forward fold. And again, releasing and relaxing the head, the neck gently and kindly with compassion. And on your next inhale, lifting the head, lifting the heart, giant angel wings as you come all the way back up. We're going to go into a nice back bend. And we're going to go into a sun salutation with some variations. I'll have you stay in the top of your mat. I just want to show you. We're going to go side to side, opening up the side body. So going over to one side and going over to the opposite side. And going at your own pace, opening up the side body a few times. Keeping that breath flowing. Keeping the bandhas engaged. Moving that spine, feeling that love for your own self, your own being, and coming back to center. And we're up at the front of our mats. We're going to go into our sun salutation. We're going to go move into forward fold. So we're going to inhale back into that back bend. And exhale, sticking that tailbone out and hinging at the hips wide. Angel wings, and allowing the head and spine to drop in towards the knees into our forward fold. And we're into a sun salutation where we're going to add some variations. So we're just going to grab those elbows and feel a little deeper folding forward. And as you feel yourself go deeper into this fold, feel yourself going deeper into your own being and deeper in love with your own self. And breathe. Allowing your body to bend in deeper. Drop down a little closer to the floor. And on your next exhale, releasing the hands, bring them down to the mat. And let's bring that right leg back behind us and drop that right knee down to the floor. And we're going to move into our lunge rock. So we're going to lunge forward. Feeling that hip openers. Making some little slight movements if you'd like. A little bit of styling. And then we're going to lunge back as we extend that front leg. You can flex and extend that front foot. You can release that head and let it relax. And continuing at your own pace, your own rhythm with lunge rocks. And while you engage in this beautiful flow, bringing your awareness inward to sensation, to love, the love you have for your own self, rooted in yourself, your own source. You are the source for love in this life. Your own being, your own soul is your primary source of love. So really basking in and connecting with that source inside yourself in a loving and connected way, appreciating all that you've been through, all that you are, all you still don't know about yourself. But you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be on this planet if you weren't a truly magnificent soul. Keeping the breath flowing, connected to the heart and all the beautiful sensations. Spending some time with yourself, giving your heart and yourself some attention. Undistracted by the outer world for this practice. This time is with you, for you. Enjoying the sensations of moving and flowing in your body. And coming back to a neutral position, and we're going to take that front leg, the left leg, and we're going to bring that back so both knees are under the hips, both hands and arms are aligned with our shoulders, and we are going to move into our cat-cow, and we're going to be doing this at the end of the practice on the floor. So this is flexion and extension of the spine to bring energy and prana and life force and keep it healthy. So as we inhale, we're going to go into our cow. We're going to stick that tailbone out. Allow that back, the lower lumbar back, to just drop in and arch as the head and the heart come up. And as you inhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone under and we're going to round the back and the spine like a howling cat. Exhaling here in cat. And inhaling into our cow. And flowing back and forth at your own pace, your own rhythm. Noticing all the beautiful sensations in your body, enjoying this beautiful act of moving and flowing in your body. Fully present in the body. Your awareness is inside. If you'd like to add a little styling, maybe some circles. Just honoring what the body wants to feel as you flow back and forth into your cat and cow. Keeping the breath flowing, keeping the attention and the love and connection inside your being and your heart. And coming back to neutral. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. We are going to curl the toes under, pushing into the hands and going all the way back into our down dog. We're still in our sun salutation. Head is relaxed. You can almost feel the ears touching the hands, just releasing and relaxing that head. Tailbone is up. Thighs are back,
And let's begin to go into walking the dog. So one heel is going to drop down to the floor as the opposite knee bends in. And we're going to swivel back and forth and pedal. So the opposite heel will come down to the mat. And the opposite knee will bend in. So continuing to walk the dog, pedal the feet, feeling that nice stretch on the calves. Can engage those bandhas and bring the prana and life force into this posture as you bring your awareness inside to your heart and your inner being with love and gratitude. And coming back to neutral position, and we are going to hinge into our plank position, and the invitation here is to do some push-ups. You can come down to your knees and do push-ups this way, or you can be in a full plank or push-up position, and it may be just one push-up for you, it may be two. Whatever it is, do whatever works for you, and when you're done, just coming down to the mat and resting the head to one side, connecting to your heart and the earth. And I'm ready to come down, and if you want to continue, you can continue. And come down when you're ready, turning your head to one side. And we're going to take this moment to bring your awareness into your heart, into your being. And sending yourself love. You know better than any that you are doing the best you can. We all make mistakes. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And we're all doing the best we can. Allowing your body to sink a little deeper into the earth. And becoming that sponge, imagining your entire body is a sponge, and we're just wringing that sponge out in your mind's eye and offering all that no longer serves us to the earth to transmit and transcend, transmute that energy into light and love. It may be physical things that don't serve us, it may be patterns and beliefs. Let it all go. Maybe things we don't even know exist. Just squeezing out all within our being, physical, emotional, psychological, energetic being, just wringing out anything that doesn't serve us and offering that to the earth to use for the good. And becoming that beautiful sponge, porous, absorbent, and allow that sponge, your body, to absorb from the earth all that serves, anything you may need. It may be information, it may be nutrients, wisdom, beauty, maybe vitamins and minerals, maybe ideas. Simply absorb that into your body. Any any energetic patterns that can heal and serve and bring your body into a better place of light and love. Keeping the breath flowing, and absorb that rich, beautiful earth energy into your body. And as you absorb that energy, give the earth gratitude. Send the earth gratitude from your heart for allowing your body to sustain itself, to thrive. The earth offers you all your food, the roof over your head, your clothing, everything has come from the earth. And taking this moment to honor the sun as well. Without the sun, the earth could not flourish and thrive. And neither could we. Sending our love and gratitude. And sending your love and gratitude to your own heart, your own soul, your own sacred awareness. We'll come back to center, bringing the head straight. We're going to bring those arms halfway out to the side and press the pelvis into the floor. We're going to move into bird as we lift on our inhale, our head, our heart, our arms, our legs, and fly through the sky and breathe. One more deep breath as you lift up higher and releasing down and bringing those hands back by the shoulders, pushing yourself up into your table, curling those toes under and pushing back up into downward facing dog. We're still in our sun salutation. And we're going to kick that right leg out into a three-legged dog. I'm going to bend that right leg. And both hands firmly planted on the mat. We're going to open up our right to the right. So we open up those hip flexors and breathe. If you want to make some circles in your hips and going the other direction. And then coming back to neutral and moving back into that three-legged dog. And we're going to bring that leg down and we're going to move to the other side. So we're going to kick that left leg up into three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, open up to the left side body. And breathe. And if you want to do some circles on this side with that hip. And moving to the other side. And coming back to neutral, moving into our three-legged dog on the left side. And we're going to bring that leg down. And we're going to hinge forward a little, and we're going to walk that right leg up between our legs and drop the left knee down as we move into our lunge rocks on this side. Lunging forward, opening up the hips, Keeping the breath flowing. And as we lunge back, we're straightening that front leg, feeling a nice stretch on the hamstring and the calves. Flexing and extending that front foot if you like. Bringing the awareness inside, into your heart, into the inner being. Noticing the aliveness within you. Honoring your heart. Resting inside yourself with self-love and appreciation. Keeping the breath flowing and moving at your own pace. Fully engaged in your own heart and your own sensations. Coming back to a neutral position, and we're going to curl those back toes under. We're going to lift the back leg up and walk that back leg. We may take a few steps. We might take one giant step and releasing into our forward fold, shaking out the head. Let the hands just hang this time. And on our next inhale, we're going to lift the head. We're going to lift the heart. We're going to come all the way back up into our mountain. We're going to do one more sun salutation to breath. So we're going to inhale into our back bend. Exhaling, folding forward. Hands on the floor. Inhale, right leg back into a high lunge. And exhaling into our down dog. Inhale, swooping into an up dog. And exhaling back into down dog. Inhale, right leg up into a high lunge. You can stay in a low lunge if you need. And exhaling, folding forward into forward fold. Inhaling all the way up. Coming all the way up. Bringing those hands together and bringing them right in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. And taking this moment to dive in with love, compassion, and connection to your own inner being. Feeling the physical body, the feet on the floor. Feeling the whole body 360 degrees in space. Taking a couple deep breaths. And diving into the heart, noticing that pulsation of the heart beating inside your chest. And feel that pulsation expand throughout your whole body, bringing that life force, energy, nutrients to every cell in your body, tips of your fingers and toes, everywhere. Connected deeply to your heart with love, respect, honor,
and compassion. And basking in as a silent witness. Resting in pure silence, pure stillness. Pure presence. Pure alignment. Everywhere, nowhere. Everything, no one thing in particular. And bringing your awareness back into the heart, into the breath, feeling those feet firmly grounded into the earth, and gently and kindly opening your eyes, releasing the hands. Let's shake out a little bit. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Maybe some twists. And we're going to move into a nice little warrior set. Coming to the wide part of your mat, we're going to have a nice wide stance. So the legs are going to be wide. And we are going to take that right leg. Let's take the right leg 90 degrees forward. Back foot is about 30 to 45 degrees. The front heel of the right foot is going right through the arch of the back foot. So the feet are in one line, and we're going to bend that front knee so the knee's right over the ankle. And the hips are still facing me, so we're going to bring those arms out to the sides, trying to have the back arm about as high as the front. And then without moving the body at all, we are going to twist just the head. So it's gazing out over those front fingertips. Beautiful. Engage those bandhas. And let's breathe and bring some prana into the body with love and compassion. And on your next exhale, we're going to drop the back hand to the back leg. We're going to reach that front arm up into a reversed warrior. We're going to take a nice deep breath here. And on your next couple breaths, you have the option or the invitation to straighten that front leg and move into more of a reverse goddess warrior. Opening your heart, surrendering. Beautiful. Next inhale, reaching those hands up. And on the exhale, we're going to bend that knee, if it isn't already, over the ankle. Swoop that front arm, moving into side angle. So it's very gently resting on the front leg. Back arm is going to come up alongside the body. Extended fingertips and engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Next inhale, reaching into those extended fingertips. And on the exhale, we're going to straighten that front leg and we're going to move into triangle. So we're going to take this right arm down to either a block or the floor. And you can be just above the floor if you want to engage that core a little bit. We're going to stack those arms Up, we're going to engage those bandhas and breathe in triangle. Energy's coming from the heart up through the extended fingertips. Next inhale, reaching up into the extended fingertips. Staying connected to the heart and our self-love. And we're going to bring that extended hand down. We're going to have a hand on either side of the front foot or our block. Swivel that back foot so it's 90 degrees to protect that spine as we twist in our revolved triangle. The left hand is firmly planted on the mat on the left side of the front foot. And we're going to twist away from me as you lift that right arm up into a revolved triangle. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Next inhale, reaching into the extended fingertips and bringing that hand down to the mat. And we can adjust that back foot so it's 30 to 45 degrees. And we're going to move into a pyramid. Both hands on the mat, either side of the front foot. Front leg is straight. And we're just going to relax the head and chest down towards the front leg and engage those bandhas and breathe. And one more nice deep breath. Beautiful job. And we're going to bend that front knee so it's right over the ankle. We're going to come up. You can come up to your knee first and then come all the way up. We're moving into warrior one. We're going to square those hips a little bit. Make sure they're even. And become that beautiful warrior that moves with compassion and love into divine action when divinely guided to act. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe. Next inhale, reaching all the way up in the extended fingertips. And on the exhale, we're going to swivel forward. Beautiful. And here we are in a star posture. 5 lines of energy. It's all coming from the solar plexus, the power center. And the lines are going through both legs and feet. As you feel the feet press into the earth, the energy is coming up the core of the body, out both arms and fingertips, and right up the core and out through the crown. So engage those bandhas and let's breathe as we engage these lines of energy in our 5-pointed star. Become the star. Expanding your heart and your love and your energy out in all directions. Beautiful. And on your next exhale, bringing the hands to the waist. Beautiful job. We are going to bring those heels in. Feet are facing out into our froggy feet. And we're going to move into a goddess squat. So we're going to first bend those knees. They're going right over the feet. Beautiful job. Arms are coming up into a goddess posture. We're going to engage those bandhas and breathe. Heart is open. The energy is coming from the heart out the palms of the hands. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands to the waist and we're going to come all the way up. Beautiful job, beautiful job. And we're going to move into a wide leg forward fold. So first thing we're going to do to prepare for that is we're going to stick that tailbone out a little to protect the lower back. And then we're going to hinge with hands still on the waist, hinge at the hips going all the way down. And when we can't hinge any further, allow the spine to round and allow the head to relax down into a forward fold. And just letting everything go. Releasing and relaxing the head. Letting go. If you want to grab those elbows for a little deeper forward fold, deeper hinge, you can do that. And I invite you, if you'd like, to walk those hands to either side and begin to feel a nice little stretch. You can even bend that knee a little or just stretch into that side and stretch the inner thigh, keeping the breath flowing. Connected to your own heart, your own love, your own compassion. And you may want to go over to the other side. Enjoying the sensations, keeping the breath and prana moving. And coming back to center and bringing the hands to the waist. And we're going to lift the head first and then the heart. Let the head lead you up to protect that lower back. Coming all the way up to center again. Beautiful job. And we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to take that left foot 90 degrees forward. That back foot is going to come 30 to 45 degrees. Remembering the front heels going through the arch of the back foot. Bring that knee, that left knee right over the left ankle. Hips are facing me. We're moving into warrior two. Arms out. Back arm about as high as the front. And without hinging forward, we're going to stay solid here. We're just going to turn that head to gaze out over the front fingertips. And the energy is coming from the solar plexus up and out through the front arm and fingertips. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe and bring prana in. Last inhale, reaching into the extended fingertips, and on your exhale, we're going to drop the back arm to the front, to the back of the back leg, and the front arm is going to extend up into a reversed warrior. Beautiful. Open heart. And breathe. And if you'd like to straighten that leg at any time and make it more of a goddess reversed warrior, you can do that. Keeping that heart open, connecting to your own self-love. Your next inhale, reaching that arm up. And on your exhale, we're going to bend the knee so it's right over the ankle, the front knee. Swoop that front arm. We're moving into side angle, so it's very gently resting, very little weight, just stabilizing. Back arm is going to come up alongside the body. Line of energies from the back foot alongside the entire body and out the extended fingertips. And engage those bandhas and breathe. honoring yourself and your heart. Next, inhale, reaching into the fingertips, that line of energy. And on the exhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to bring that left arm down. We can either reach down to a block or the floor, or we can be just above the floor to bring in a little bit more core strength into our triangle. And engage those bandhas. And feel that line of energy from your heart, your self-love, up and out through the extended fingertips. And bring in the life force. Next, inhale, reaching up through the extended fingertips, and as you exhale, bringing that arm down to the mat, bringing a hand on either side of the front foot, swiveling that back foot to 90 degrees. You're going to anchor your weight into the right hand. It's just to the right of your front foot, and you're going to be twisting away from me as you lift up the left hand. Inhaling up into your revolved triangle. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Again, the line of energies from the heart out the extended fingertips. Your next inhale, reaching up into the fingertips. And bringing that hand down on the exhale. Beautiful job. And we're going to move that back foot so it's back 30 to 40 degrees. We're going to move into pyramid as we simply relax and release and drop the chest and the head down towards the front leg is straight. And just resting in this beautiful posture. And breathe. Beautiful job. We're going to move into our warrior one now. So we're going to bend that front knee so it's right over the front ankle. We can come up to your knee. And we're going to bring those arms up into warrior one, squaring those hips and engaging those bandhas, feeling that line of energy from the solar plexus at the core of the body out the fingertips, and breathe. Be the compassionate warrior, compassionate for yourself. Next inhale, reaching those hands up and coming forward. Beautiful job. Bringing those feet together. Beautiful. Let's bring those hands in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Feet are about hip width apart, stable and secure. Find your center of gravity. Feeling the feet in the earth, feeling the physical body, 360 degrees in space. Taking a few deep breaths. Maybe a 3-part yogic breath. And dive into the heart and dive into the inner being and sensation. Feel the inner aliveness within your body. Connect with the emotional body and allow whatever emotions are arising to simply be without judgment, without description, Just bask in that felt sense of the inner universe. Resting your awareness into your heart and sending that heart love by simply repeating, I love you, to your own heart. Undistracted by any other thought. The only thought is I love you, directed into your own precious heart. You may even use your name if you wish. I love you, Grace. And releasing this concentration and allowing the mind to just bask in pure awareness. Everything, nothing. Allow yourself to be everywhere and everything. Silent stillness. And bringing your awareness back into your heart. Honoring that heart, honoring the self, flooding the being with self-love and appreciation, compassion, respect, cherishing your own self, your own inner being. Taking a couple deep breaths. And releasing the hands, opening the eyes, shaking out the body a little bit, shaking the arms, the legs, maybe going into a little twist. Beautiful job, beautiful job. And we're going to go into a standing yoga mudra, which is a beautiful way to bring ourselves down onto the floor and to honor our hearts and our own self-love. So we're going to bring the hands behind us and clasp them behind us. Good job. And we're going to hinge forward
And as we hinge down and allow the head and the spine to round, we can bring those arms up. And engage those bandhas and just breathe into this beautiful posture, honoring the heart and your own self-love. And on your next exhale, we're going to release the hands. We're going to bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to be coming up on our knees for Camel. Coming to the very top in front of our mats. And we are going to, first thing we're going to do is we're going to tuck that tailbone under to open up the vertebrae in the lumbar spine, that lower spine. Bringing the hands to the lumbar vertebrae, the small of the back. And just lifting the heart and the chest, dropping the head back into a nice back bend. Beautiful job. And this might be your back bend. This is perfect. It's a heart opener. And if you'd like an option to go down to your heels for a little deeper back bend, you can do that. And engage the bandhas and breathe. And on your exhale, coming up and moving right into a child's posture. And you can either have your hands extended out in front of you, or you can have them alongside you. You can open up those knees a little bit to let your belly and chest just relax in between your legs. And again, take this time to dive into your own energy, your own being, your own heart, and bask in your own self-love. And gently and kindly coming up, we're going to bring those feet out in front of us. We're going to take the left leg straight out, and we're going to bend that right leg in so the right foot's resting on the inner thigh of the left leg. And we're going to find our hinge at the hips and begin to hinge forward. And nothing in the body's moving but that hip joint, and when you get to the point where the back leg muscles say that's about enough and you're on your edge, allow the spine to round and the head to come in towards the knee. And if you'd like to reach up and massage that front foot, you can do that. And honoring wherever you are in your forward fold. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. As you bask in the inner heart, the inner spaces within you, with love, understanding, self-appreciation, you may hinge a little deeper now as you rested on that edge. And gently and kindly coming up.
And we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to take that right leg straight out. Left leg is going to bend in with the left foot resting on the inner thigh of the right leg. And we're going to find that hinge and hinge forward as far as we can, resting on that edge and then rounding the spine and bringing the head and the chest in. Option to massage your feet. And bring your awareness as you bask in that heart and that self-love and compassion. Maybe you can hinge a little deeper even now. To rest after resting on that edge. Never forcing, always allowing. And gently and kindly coming up. In yoga, the practice is allowing the body to open. We don't need to engage in any pain. If we hit any pain in the body, we relax. If we ever need to simply take a break, we just rest in child's posture or in Savasana posture. And we are going to bring our feet together, rocking back and forth on those sits bones. Flapping those legs, those butterfly wings. And we're going to move into a little forward fold here with our butterfly. We're just going to go into the hinge. We're not going to round the spine. So hinging at the hips and just hinging forward to where you meet that gentle edge and resting here with the breath. Honoring the self and the body, wherever you're at. There's no right or wrong place to be. And gently and kindly coming all the way up. And we're going to grab onto those big toes. And we're going to lift those heels. And we're going to bring those feet out into a nice little balance. We're balancing on our sacrum. Legs are as straight as possible. And breathe. One more deep breath. And releasing those legs down. And we're going to bring the knees together. We're going to continue to balance on our sacrum. We're going to move into a boat posture. So as we balance on this sacrum, we're going to bring the legs straight out in front of us, the arms out alongside the legs. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. And then the invitation, if you'd like, just an invitation, is to do some stomach exercises, boat style. And so we're going to rest back on that sacrum and we're going to move into our stomach crunches with the feet out in front of us, the arms out in front of us, and we're going to bend in and out, coming back a little bit as the legs are out. And you may only be able to do a few of these, that's okay. You can begin to move into your spinal rocks or just come into Savasana posture, laying on your back. sometimes if you want to just come up for a little rest, you can do that and continue. And I'm going to move into my spinal rocks, coming up to the front of the mat. If you'd like to continue, you can do that, or you can just move into your spinal rocks as we massage those kidneys. Massage all those muscles along the spine, and eventually coming so we're flat on our back. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into bridge. So we're going to press into our feet. We're going to lift those hips. We're going to clasp the hands underneath us, coming up onto our shoulders and moving into a nice back bend. Knees, are imagining you're holding a block between your knees so they don't spread out. Nice back bend, heart opener. And on your last breath, you can lift one leg up and lift it down. And one last breath, lift the other leg up and lift it down, and then coming into another full bridge on an inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the hands, releasing the shoulders, and coming all the way down to the mat. One vertebrae at a time, and allow that sacrum and tailbone to relax as well. And then when everything's relaxed, bring those knees into the chest. And you can rock back and forth to release and relax that lower back. Beautiful job. And let's release that left leg and let it go straight out to the mat. So it's laying flat on the mat. And the right knee is coming in towards, avoiding those ribs, it's coming in towards the right armpit. And the left leg, your hamstring and quadricep are pressing down into the earth. So you're feeling two lines of energy. The left leg pressing into the earth and the right leg coming in towards the armpit. And breathe. Knees to chest. Last deep inhale, and on your exhale, releasing the leg and switching sides. So you're going to bring the right leg straight out, left knee is going to come in, right thigh is pressing into the earth, the left knee is coming in towards the left armpit. Two lines of energy going in different directions. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Nice deep inhale, and on your exhale, releasing that leg. And let's bring both feet up. And let's grab onto those feet and move into our happy baby. Rolling around, kicking the feet. Cannot do this wrong. Just become that little baby that's playful and happy, comfortable in their body. Almost every baby does this. And just enjoy moving and flowing in your body and your happy baby.
Keeping that breath flowing. Adding your own styling. Being comfortable in your body. And then let's just bring those legs straight up into a nice inversion as we give those veins a nice break so they don't have to pump the blood up towards the heart. Gravity is going to bring it down for them for a few minutes. And this may be your inversion, and that's perfect. If you'd like to try another option and challenge yourself maybe a little more, you could go into a headstand or half shoulder stand. I'm going to move into half shoulder stand, so I'm going to lift those hips, grab them with my hands, bring those feet right straight up so they're right above my head, and breathe. And hinging, if you'd like to move into a plow, you can hinge those feet back behind you. They may or may not touch the floor. Adjusting the back of the neck so it's comfortable. And when you're ready, you can curl those legs in, become like a little ball, and bring the hands down to the mat and allow that back to roll down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful job. Good job. We're going to move into our fish. So we're going to extend both legs out. We're going to take that right hand palm on the mat and slide that about halfway under the right butt cheek. Left hand palm down and slide that about halfway under the left butt cheek. We're going to feel the forearms and elbows up against the mat, pressing into that forearm and elbow and lifting the heart and the head. And then gently and kindly bringing the head down to rest on the mat, right on the crown of the head if you can. Heart and chest are wide open, and breathe into your fish. Throat is open. Sending yourself love, compassion, kindness, being that softest, kindest person for your own self. And on your next exhale, we're going to come down, bringing the head back flat on the mat, back down, releasing your hands. Beautiful job. And let's bring those knees into the chest for a nice little counter posture, rocking back and forth a little bit. Beautiful job. Beautiful, beautiful job. And we're going to move into a nice twist. So we're going to take that left leg straight out. We're going to lift those hips to the left just a little as we bring the right knee over to the left. Left hand can guide the right knee over. Right arm is going to come out 90 degrees, and you're going to turn your head so that you're gazing out over your right fingertips. And rest in this beautiful deep twist. Never forcing, just allowing the body to open. Allowing yourself permission to love every aspect of your being. Dive into the heart and the inner being and be with yourself intimately. Releasing that right leg. Coming back to center. We're going to switch legs. So the right leg is going to go out straight. Left knee is bent up. We're going to come up onto that right side about an inch. We're going to bring the left knee over to the right. Right hand is going to guide the left knee over. And the left arm is going to come out 90 degrees, and you're going to twist the head to gaze out over those left fingertips and rest in this nice deep twist. Deeply connected to the self. And releasing that right knee. Coming back to center. Both knees are going to be up. Both feet are flat on the floor. We're going to move into our releases and our final Savasana. So we're going to move into our hula first. Sacrum and back is flat on the mat, on the earth. And we're going to start to swivel those hips. So you're going to feel that right hip drop down towards the right heel. Left hip is going to come up towards the left armpit. And we're going to swivel. So the right hip is going to come up towards the right armpit, and the left hip is going to go down towards the left heel. And continuing to swivel back and forth at your own pace, your own rhythm, keeping the breath flowing, and diving inside to that inner nectar, that inner love and compassion. And moving back to center, we're going to move into hip pointers. So we're going to take that right hip with the left buttocks and left hip firmly planted on the mat. We're going to lift the right hip up just a little and point it up and over towards the ceiling. It's going to go a little diagonal. And releasing that down. Going to the other side while the right butt cheek is firmly planted on the mat. You're going to lift the left hip, point that up towards the ceiling, and allow that left butt cheek to lift up off the mat just a little. Hip pointers going at your own pace, your own rhythm. And you can either have your hands on your hips or you can have them resting flat out beside you. Keeping the breath flowing, fully connected to the body and the heart, the inner being. And coming back to center position, we're going to go into cat-cow on the mat here. So we're going to press the small of the back in to the mat in our cat as the tailbone's tucked under. And then we're going to swivel that tailbone so it's sticking out and arch the small of the back, those lumbar vertebrae, right off the mat. Flexion and extension of the spine. And moving back and forth at your own pace in cat-cow on the mat. Cat, you'll feel the small of the back pressing into the mat. On your cow, you'll feel that lumbar vertebrae, the small of your back, arch up off the mat, even if it's just a little tiny. Finding your rhythm, keeping the prana flowing. Staying connected to the self-love within your heart. And coming back to center, we're going to go into our double knee. Drop both knees over to the side. I'm going to drop them over to the right side. We're going to take that top knee, which is my left knee. We're going to lift it and bring it all the way over to the opposite side, nice and slowly, allowing that bottom knee to follow. And so both knees eventually will be over, stacked up on the opposite side. And again, lifting the top knee up and the top leg, bringing that leg over, nice and slowly, and allowing the other leg to follow. Finding your own rhythm here. And coming back to neutral here with both knees up, both feet flat on the mat. And keeping those knees up, we're just going to slowly walk those feet further away from each other, out to the wide edges of the mat. And we're going to drop one knee at a time into the center for single knee drop. And just dropping it in till you feel a little gentle edge, holding it a moment, whatever feels right, and lifting it back up and dropping the opposite knee down. And going back and forth at your own pace, your own rhythm, enjoying the sensations in your body, anchoring your consciousness in your heart, filling your heart with self-love as we finish up this final release and move into Savasana in a moment. Beautiful practice. And one last knee drop. And coming back to center, making any little stretches or movements that you may need before we go into the final Savasana. If you need a blanket or a jacket or socks, making yourself nice and comfortable. Getting in a nice, comfortable position, flat on your back. And we're going to allow all this beautiful energy and life force integrate and settle into the body, mind, and soul. Feeling your body relaxed on the earth, allowing your body to sink even deeper into the earth. Letting the muscles release any last bits of tension. Relaxing even deeper. Feeling the bones sink deeper into the earth. Relaxing the entire body. Taking a nice breath or two into the belly. And letting everything go. Bringing your awareness into your heart for a moment as you send yourself love and compassion, understanding and kindness, acceptance and appreciation. As we bask in a few moments of silence. Beginning to come back, moving in your body a little bit, bringing some breath into the body. Maybe beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes and stretching out the arms and the legs. And gently and kindly rolling over to one side, either side. And allowing the body to integrate in this new position, sensing all those organs shifting and the fluids shifting and the energy shifting inside of you. And gently and kindly coming up into a seated position. And we have Xander here joining us now. And taking this moment as you sit in this position, closing your eyes, and bring yourself back to that intention that you set in our group intention of self-love, sending that love into your own being and basking in the appreciation and love for your own self and your own personal intention.
Taking this moment to scan your body, noticing that environment inside your being. And noticing even if there's any difference between how you felt the beginning of practice and how you feel now. And taking this moment, this final moment, to deeply honor yourself, all the things you could be doing right now, and you are providing self-love and self-care, moving forward in the direction of your dreams, doing something positive for your own self and your own life. Acknowledge yourself for that and send yourself love and appreciation. And gently and kindly opening your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Grace. This is Ecstatic Yoga. You can go to ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our retreats and our yoga teacher trainings certified by Yoga Alliance. Hope you can join us at further yoga adventures. I wish you a most beautiful and most blessed day, and I will end with a Namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste.